Hello and welcome back to BattleAnthem. I know it's been a while, guys, but your favourite trash talking, trash tier gamer is back. Today we're bringing you a 2v2 replay. Scenario here. Let's just show you when we remove the cinematic. We have twin Roman armies taking on the might of Kush and Masaesyli. Now, a lot of people consider Masaesyli to be desert Rome and Kush to be one of Rome's biggest threats. I genuinely have no idea which way this battle goes. I've not watched it yet myself. It could be terrible, but as you can see from the timer there in the bottom corner, 53:49. You don't tend to get battles that last almost the full hour that are poor. So without further ado, let's get into the army comps. Over here on, I guess, the western wing of the city, we've got 4 units of Evocati cohort. 1, 2, 3, 8 units of Evocati cohort, Jesus. Roman Giant Ballista, he's got a bodyguard for general. It's the only thing that, like, I love the graphics on this game, but there's not enough detail in the armor in the vanilla. I think that's why so many people use mods. We've got another Evocati cohort here on, I think that's a heavy battering ram. Yeah, I thought that was a galley at first. Losing me marbles. We are seeing this from the attackers, but no, from the defenders' point of view, which is why we can see the defense. So yeah, let's get to this second Roman army. 1, 2, 3 units of Astarte, 2 Praetorian Guard with a silver chevron and a triple bronze. Unit of Astarte, 2 units of auxiliary Syrian archers, Triarii, so 2 units of Triarii, Roman heavy onager, and a general and bodyguard. Now, we are only seeing these 2 auxiliary Syrian archers here. I am pretty sure the attackers do have more archers, probably hidden in this area. Yeah, probably hidden around here.
They gave the flute to a mouse and then...
Stupid bloody thing. That wasn't meant to play. I do apologise. I pressed the wrong button. Anyway, that's the attackers. Let's go to the defending armies. For Kush, we've got 2 units of Scythe chariots here on what would be the rear eastern gate. So making sure that that back entrance is covered. 1, 2, 3, 4 units of archers. Just a little odd to see people not taking the Kushite archers when bringing Kush. You don't really get much of a bonus with them, but they are better in melee than regular archers. 2 units of Kushite pikes. 1, 2, 3. That can't be it. He can't have only brought 3 show tells. He did. However, he has gone on 2 disciples of Apilomac. 1, 2. He's actually brought 6 armoured Shotel warriors. And a single Kushite slave. That's a bit different. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of just elite spam. It leaves your army very one-dimensional and open to being exploited. So onto Masaesyli now. Anyway, let's get this over and done with. Got 2 desert legionaries marching this gate here. 2 desert cohort protecting the Kushite pikes. 2 Numidian noble infantry. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm only seeing 3 skirmishers. Odd. You got Desert Cohort, Numidian Noble Infantry General, Desert Cohort, Desert Cohort, Desert Cohort, Numidian Nobles. Ah, it does have an African onager on the inside. I was a little confused as to why there was no artillery. It doesn't look like Kush has actually brought any. Kush Royal Guard Generals, realised I missed him out. Let's see if we can see the general himself. Which one's the bloody general? Normally there's always one who stands out, and doesn't seem to be the case here right now. Ah well. Without further ado, let's get this battle started.
Stand here to defend our...
See, now what I've just realised is it's going to take a while for him to get to the walls. I probably should have just ran the army comps with it running in slow. So Rome on this western front, pushing all 8 of his towers up in unison. Over the far side, this Roman is pushing up 4 towers. What's happening with these chariots? Anything? Nothing? Nope, they've realigned themselves, they've turned around. Masaesyli quickly trying to push units forward. We've got 2 units of Desert Legionaries on the right here. Single unit over here on the left. I'm not entirely sure what they're going to do with that. This side here looks dangerous. Not exactly got the strongest of defences considering the lack of ranged units they've actually brought. Speed it up a little, get them to the walls at least. There's not really much action right now. And there we have it. There is finally a tower reaching the walls. Now these towers actually seem to all be going up together, but looking at that now, they seem to have changed tact a little. I'm assuming they're just going to try and neutralise the arrow towers before they push anything else forward. Some shots coming in now from the Roman player. Took out 2 armoured shotels there. 2 armoured shotels that you can't see as well, so it's quite lucky shooting, to be fair. Masaesyli now trying to just hold, not necessarily hold, but slow this Roman advance. Look at that mass of troops there, just pulling forward. 4 units of Avocati cohort, 3 units of Eagle cohort, 2 Praetorian guards. That is a very deadly force making its way towards the walls there for Rome. I'd be a little concerned if I was the defenders looking at this giant force coming forward and just how little he's got to actually hold them back there. And now you've got this unit of Hastati coming to cap the front gate, which we've got 3 units of auxiliary Syrian archers. Okay, I'm assuming they went with a 1-2-3 rule with this then. both sides have 3 archers. Now I've got massive forces here, all left Kai cohort, coming from out of the woods. They've all got 3 bronze chevrons as well, so I'm going to guess that this was done on ultra fonts, or maybe even custom fonts. Oh, fantastic shot there from the artillery. That was a brilliant time to come over. 87 men, 80 men, 89 men. So this ballista's doing quite well so far. 73 kills. How many's he taken out in that fall? Oh, nothing in that volley. I've got Rome making a serious stand now, slowly bringing units up one by one in each tower. They have now officially capped that front gate, so they can now bring in the generals and the I don't know any pikes or mind about. You know, they can bring in the general cav with no issues. I say no issues. There are stakes along both the entries here. Could cause. Oh, another shot from the artillery. Oh, that was fantastic. Did you see how many men got knocked down by that then? If only he was using flaming shot. A few of those men have got back up. Flaming shot, not only do you get the power of the shot hitting and taking men anyway, but you've also got the chance of setting other men around them on fire and causing further damage. Explosive shot is more of a... I've seen a lot of people use... let me just pause this while I explain. I've seen a lot of people using explosive shot recently in other people's replays. The only real thing that the explosive shot gives you is a bit more of a morale shock, because typically it will only actually kill the person it hits, and everybody else around them will be either knocked down or knocked back. It creates gaps in lines and causes panic rather than actually causing any sort of considerable damage. Even against buildings, that is actually the case. The game itself says that it does more damage to buildings, or that it's more damage against infantry. That's because it counts the morale loss that the explosion itself gives, but that morale loss is temporary. Once those soldiers who have been knocked down get back up, the morale goes back to regular levels, so you are just wasting ammunition at that point. So, there's a tip for the future. Back to the replay. The Roman player here slowly sending men forward, finally reaching the walls. Let's have a look what we've got going on over here. I'm quite surprised here. Masaesyli, Desert Leader is 42 kills. They have lost 50 men, 51 men. Unit here, 22 kills, lost a third of its unit already. Oh, these poor guys. These poor legionaries being swamped by 2 units of Astarte and 2 units of Evocati cohort. That's not going to end well at all. There seem to have broken their way through. These Masaesylians. That's a difficult word to say. As in people of Masaesyli, Masaesylians. The Desert Romans. There we go. Fuck it. The Desert Romans. Their front line is now folding almost completely. They don't seem to have done much damage at all to the Roman player on that side. It still has seemingly a full stat. The start is taken 40 men, lost 7 men. Started down to almost half a unit. Yeah, it's going quite well for the Romans so far. You kind of expect that though. Like, you know, regardless of people's opinions, Rome are the strongest faction in the game. So you do expect them to steamroll the way through small forces. Those 3 units from Masaesyli, that's just a waste really. If you're not going to defend the walls properly, then don't defend them at all, because you will just throw away whatever units you send up. Personally, I'm a big advocate for the fight for the walls, because not only have you got the advantage of numerical superiority, you can also fire out into units. You can create a death box, like just a little V shape of units either side, and like actually take control of the fight. But just sending up 3 units like that while everything else sits here in the the second tier of defense, it's not something I agree with. I'll be honest with you, it's actually annoyed me seeing that a little. Right, yes, as you all know, I am the trash talking, trash taking of Total War. But even I wouldn't have done that. Shame on you, Masaesyli player. So I was going to tell you guys the name of the settlement as well, but it's escaped my memory, so I'll just have to tell you at the end when it comes back up again. And for those of you who are unaware, this ring here, the little gold ring you can see highlighted, that is the final victory point for this settlement. That here, this one, and this one are just morale points. You can capture them to lower enemy morale, but it's this main victory point up here that's key. Kush there with his armoured Shotel warriors, he sees the Evocati cohort capping this tower and brings them across. A lot of people seem to forget about this path at the back here. I've seen a lot of even quite experienced players like get so heavily focused on keeping units here and here that a hidden unit, like just a single hidden unit, would have been able to has been able to come round and cause serious damage. So by the looks of this, the Romans are just going to form up. The chariots are still hidden, which is surprising because oh no. Okay, credit where it's due, they are actually hidden. The little huts in the way. You win today, Rome 2. Like, normally you get things that tell you they're hidden, and like you'll go to that unit and you'll go down to the ground level cam and you can very clearly see the other unit. Like, not even just the flag, like you can put it in cinematic mode and see the unit perfectly. That was a quite nice shot. Only seemed to have killed 4 men. Big ass gap for 4 men. Oh, 9 men. So he did lose an extra 5. They seem to take a minute to die. So almost 100 kills with this ballista now. Where's this volley going? Takes out a few desert legionaries. I don't think he realises that this... Oh yeah, you can see these now. Can't see these guys. Strange. Like I was saying before about the single unit, he's now round here capping this extra tower, which makes this a very vulnerable spot for the defenders, because if they were to try to charge forward as the attackers bring a unit up here, the arrow tower will start to clip them. And it's quite surprising how high arrow tower losses can be. Oh, we've now got the Roman heavy onager trying to get some shots in. 4 kills so far. What exactly are they aiming at? I wouldn't exactly call that the best choice of target. We've killed 4 archers. Oh no, it must have been a 1-2-4 that they've just all ballsed up on, because Kush does have 4 archers. Right, so he's... I really don't know what he's playing at there. Like, I don't understand that at all.
Double time!
This has to be possibly one of the slowest proceeding attacks I have ever seen from Roman teams. Yeah, not a bad shot there, took out a couple of archers. Everything's hidden again. So now he's just firing blindly into an empty zone. Unless he's actually trying to go for this wall, which I don't believe he is. Oh, now look at this. Evocati cohort, as we mentioned before, sneaking their way up this little goat path at the back. They're going to try and take on these Numidian nobles. They will hold for quite some time, and that peeler volley there is tearing apart these cohort. They fire a volley of their own and don't take down a single man.
Forward!
Armoured Shotel warriors now trying to charge out. Evocati cohort going to an attacking Tessudo.
Lead them for glory!
Still have no advance by either Roman player, and he is still blind firing over here. Looks like he is now targeting the wall itself. But Masaesyli have now also brought forward their onager. Try and take advantage of these very static Romans. Over on the rear path now, the Romans being almost instantly routed. Evocati cohort being taken apart by these armoured Shotels. They lost 5 men, 50 plus kills.
Quick march!
Okay. The Roman Giant Ballista got 109 kills on the Ballista and are now just going to charge straight ahead. I guess I can understand, like, going out of your way to just use whatever units you possibly can to get rid of them, but these seem like a poor choice. He's trying to tear down the stakes, but he's not doing much at all. Oh, he has taken down 1 layer. Ballistic crew actually being slightly more effective there than I thought. We have a second unit of Evocati cohort now trying to make their way up this goat path at the rear. Yeah, Roman Ballista crew are now almost. Yep, they're well and truly wiped out. Oh, the poor guy.
Sir! The enemy are not cooperating today! I feel you are correct! Look everywhere!
go back over the other side, see what these Romans are actually up to. Absolutely nothing. This has to be like the least action-filled replay I have ever had submitted. I did tell you all I was going to do bloody first look replays from now on, didn't I? So this is on me. I should have given this a quick look first. I should not have just took it as a first look replay. But hey, when the replay is named Awesome Battle, you assume that there is an awesome battle. It looks like the Romans have now finally made a bloody decision about what they want to do. Player here on the western flank actually beginning to push forces up now that they've taken out those fireballs. They're going to neutralise these towers real quick. The armoured short-tail warriors coming in now. What I don't understand is there's still zero movement here. He's just put them in a defensive testudo. And now the archers come into play and these pikes are just going to be destroyed. Like, shit. Have you ever seen a unit disappear so quickly?
Charge! Steady, lads! Wait for the war! Order the file commanders to make ready their men! You heard him? Get ready!
Still no push here from the Roman on the east. This battle looks like it's finally beginning to hot up. Got the oh, pardon me. Numidian skirmishers here. Numidian skirmishers. What am I talking about? There's a legionnaires. 2 units of armoured short-tails. It looks like we've got Romans fleeing. No, simply reforming the lines, going for a second charge by the looks of it.
Disengage!
Now the Romans are trying to cycle charge their way through these armoured short-tails. But with these desert legionaries sat right in front of them, it's going to be a task. There is a gap here at the side of these legionaries. Not quite big enough to push, not push through. Yeah, break through. Sorry. So you've got to be careful with terminology with Total War because a push through or a pull through is an illegal move technically. It's a breach of in-game rules, exploiting game mechanics basically for an unfair advantage, which is typically agreed across most of the Total War player base. So it's a bit of a dick move. So yeah, I'll be a bit more careful with the way I word that. There might be trash talking and trash here, but I don't want people getting trash facts. The Desert Legionary is now getting absolutely wiped out. 15 kills and they've lost 90 men. Well, 88 men at the minute. Armoured short-tails there earning themselves a chevron of 60 kills. Damage total here, lost 11 men, only 19 kills. General bodyguard there. Anything on this goat path? We still have a single unit who can't go hard. He's almost trying to bait the defenders to come down this path, knowing full well he controls the arrow tower. Not a bad move. Keeping the defenders guessing, making them have to take a second to think about the other angles. Big gap here. Big gap. An attacking testudo would walk right through here. Oh my word, the chariots are in play. 201 kills from this unit of chariots. Where's the other?
Riders, advance!
Other unit only with 46 kills. Let's follow these guys.
Scoring glory!
Oh, look at that Roman bloodshed. Oh, and here comes the down go the archers.
Engage! Break them! Charge!
Oh, the chariots doing God's work there.
As you say, engage!
300 plus kills.
We
God
understand.
damn it. Second chariot unit, almost reaching 100 kills now. And there we go.
As you say.
So I wasn't entirely sure that that having those chariots over there was going to work, but it seems that they worked really well. This unit now, so the final two chariots of this unit. So close to 400 kills. 370. Other chariot has now shattered completely. Rome making some real progress on this side, tearing holes through the show towers, the armoured show towers. So it's going to be a big loss for Kush that. Both units losing decisively, even in the shield. Easy Vagati cohort at the back, still keeping the defenders guessing. I think this Roman player made a huge mistake leaving all his forces just here like that. We do still have 27 minutes remaining though. And if you consider the balance of power, that's understandable, it's still quite tight.
Back! Back! Withdraw!
I'm just going to shut up for a bit and then go to some fight. Standard bearer there, going in. Go standard bearer. The desert cohort now coming crashing on down, trying to contain these Romans on this eastern wing, western wing, sorry, of the settlement. Just have a quick look there. As you can see, there is still a massive defensive force by comparison, but the balance of power tells us it's still close. It's still anybody's game at this point. do have Romans that have broke through now and they've capped this tower. It looks like this could be the end of the first stage of the actual defence. Which, considering how long it's taken to get to this point, is a little bizarre. Oh, that Roman there just thrown. Shield and flying as well. Be outdone. He's in a 2v1 right now. Oh no, back down to a 1v1. Oh, nice strike from the Shotel warrior there.
Back!
It's 2-on-1 again here. These Kushites don't fight fair. But then again, you're taking on Rome. You never fight fair against Rome if you want to win. Are they now firing? Have they got ammo? Nope, look at the daggers out. Oh, they've got the daggers out. No, still got Numidian skirmishers, seemingly full ammo. These archers still have the bows out, so that's good news for those. The West Wing is now almost entirely being controlled by the Romans. Still got this unit of armoured shotels, not regular shotels actually, sorry. I've got the armoured shotels here, losing decisively, but we do have some Ibikati cohort who are shattered and then broken broken and then instantly shattered. But normally if a unit's broken, there's a small chance of them returning to the battlefield and the flag just grays out. But once they are shattered, that is it, they are gone. Wavering. You see that? I see how it changed to shattered and then the flag disappeared? That's it, it gives you a quick second just to let you know this guy is fucked. And then he takes it up. So what's happening here on this front line?
Double time!
Roman player seems to be having issues trying to reform. It seems that there are a few random Kushites in the mix there that they're just getting rid of. And there we go, now they're relining the forces. These Romans, these Ibikati cohort on the back path have slowly pushed up. They were here to begin with where this little line of bodies is. They've now clearly pushed up. Roman on the west, he's allowing his troops to rest a second by the looks of things. They're all tired. Some of which are very tired. So there's that too. See, looking at what's left, I'd be tempted to just say, like, I'm pretty sure looking at how this has gone so far, I'm pretty sure this is going to end in a Roman victory. But I would love it if the defenders actually turned this one round in the end. I would actually love it. Got off to a weak start, but when combat finally was initiated, it was quite gruesome. Gruesome? No, that's not the right word. Fuck, what's the word? I don't know. Words are escaping me today. What can I say? And Masaesyli now sending his out of ammo Onager crew down as his first line of defence. They've got 269 kills with their Onager. That is some nice work. Defenders now chasing off that Roman army. Roman unit, sorry, not Roman army. And as we said before, strong play by the Romans. Defenders instantly coming under fire from the arrow tower. Essentially, the defenders are giving the Roman free kills there because he's not having to work for them. His men aren't having to fight. He's just losing them to the arrow tower that they capped. As things stand, the Romans on the west still have what seems like a full army, give or take a couple units, maybe a lower spend level full army.
As you say.
Now got the Romans beginning to make a proper advance with what he's got left. I am confused by this battle a little. I don't understand how the armoured hotels were wiped out so quick. I don't understand how Kush himself has seemingly lost more men than Masaesyli. I mean, by my understanding, Kush are Rome's weakness. It still involves skillful play to put that advantage into action, but I've always thought of Kush as the answer to Rome, which is why typically, like, well, from what I've seen myself and like through tournaments and like any sort of competitive play, like the majority of people seem to want both Rome and Kush banned, which, like, Rome you can understand because they are OP, they come up against anyone other than Kush and they're pretty much just going to walk through. But Kush are actually fairly simple to counter. Like, Kush is like their strength mainly comes from their armor piercing. So if you take an army with little armor, for example barbarians, then the Kush advantage disappears.
Advance at speed! For honor!
I've finally got some action again here by the looks of it. He's Evocati cohort still throwing Peeler and they're being very slow about it, but they are still firing Peeler. Got some heavy fire coming in from the auxiliary Syrian archers. I don't understand why this battle is played with such small unit sizes. Like,
Don't stop! Kill them!
90 archers seems small. I don't know. I think it's just because I've got so. I think I've just gotten so used to playing on ultra unit size myself that anything else seems small by comparison. Balance of power doesn't seem to have really moved at all. Ooh. Now I've got the weaker of the two Roman armies now actually slowly beginning to make their way around with absolutely battered units. They're just going to get routed, surely. They seem to be focusing down individual units of noble infantry and their archers. And the heavy and medium skirmishers are now charging forward. I've got the archers for Kush now actually getting a few shots in. Routed men. Oh, what a waste of ammo. Turn off fire at will, dude. Now that's something I haven't actually noticed before. This arrow tower. It actually seems to reach over here.
Find your targets!
Two units of Praetorian Guard. It's a dangerous, dangerous unit. The Romans now beginning to make a real push. They know time is running out. We know the replay was only 56 minutes, but battle timer being an hour, there's still. They just had 5 minutes onto the clock, and you know that while playing the battle, that they've only got that long left. Skirmishers getting absolutely destroyed now. Won't be long before they disappear. A lot of friendly fire there. From I assume the archers of Kush. Yeah, the Kush archers getting quite a few friendly kills, unfortunately. Two units of Evocati cohort now coming up to take on these nobles. Oh, another deadly volley of arrows there coming in from the Syrian archers. Just look at that for a shitstorm of arrows. How are these Praetorian guards doing? Where the hell are they? Oh, they're just waiting. That seems odd. Their general is dead, which is poor. 26 men. Of the 4 that died, one of them just happened to be the general.
Get forward!
Inca cohort, 122 kills and 90 kills here.
Get forward! Sleeping gate!
It does look like Rome are beginning to make some serious progress over here. The nobles are losing decisively and they've sent in the archers to try and just bolster up the numbers a little. Now that would be a fantastic target for Syrian archers. But they are instead attempting to fire on the armored showtime warriors over at the rear. This unit of Evocati cohort has been a real pain in the backside for the defenders because they can't move. They have to keep units there to keep them at bay. If that single unit of Evocati cohort gets through, they will wreak absolute havoc in the rear lines of the defence. And now Kush has pushed out and he's taken on the Praetorian Guard. Oh my god, one of these Praetorian Guards is almost absolutely destroyed. The disciples of Apodimac doing brilliant work there, taking out both units of Praetorian Guards with a bit of help from the Numidian skirmishers. Yeah, both units of disciples of Apodimac there. Roughly 60 kills between them, but it was enough to get rid of those Praetorians with the help of the skirmishers, taking 70 kills. That's a lot of Praetorians to kill with just javi throws. And now the Syrian archers are firing into the blob again. This is going to be very tight. I do still think... I don't know actually. I was convinced Rome were going to take this. Oh. But it seems after what can only be described as a comedy of errors, you know, really we can't have been caught up, both losing, makes no sense. I think that's just because the Evocati cohort's taking skirmisher fire as well.
Back, men, back!
Looks very much like this is going to be a defender's victory, unless these Romans pull something out of the bag.
Break from the enemy! Men, present shield wall! Charge!
Oh, and there we go, we've got an all-out push from the Romans.
For glory!
He's trying so, the Numidians trying so hard, the Numidians, the Masaesyli player, is trying so hard to chase down this one unit. It looks like he's completely missed out on this. The disciples of Apodimac now in there trying to cause fear. looks like it is going to all come down to this final push by the Roman player. Yeah, Masaesyli's still focused on this. There we go, he's got rid of them now, that's them done. So now that the goat path is cleared,
As you say!
surely he's gonna send something in support. Well, I heard cavalry. Ah, sound of a general bodyguard.
Withdraw!
See, now he's there because he thinks he's inspiring, but his general is dead. When your general is dead, the inspire ability doesn't work, because the general himself isn't there to inspire the units. It's just the people who fought alongside him. It's unfortunate there for the Roman player. If he just switched these two if he switches these two generals, this one's still alive. He would be perfectly capable of passively inspiring units. Looks like the Romans are actually beginning to make some real progress here, right? They are breaking numerous units. Balance power is completely sunk. I think the Romans have actually got this. We've got the Masaesyli player there just trying to rush units in just to contain them. There's 4 minutes remaining. Well, less than 4 minutes remaining. Well, that was a bad move. He's just charged his general into fucking stakes. Well, enemy skirmishes there still with ammo taking out the other general. No bad target. Cycle charges can be stupidly effective. Looks like this is going to be a very humbling defeat for the Romans. They're now down into the final 90 seconds, and unless there is suddenly going to be a mass rout from the defence, I do not see the Romans turning this around. Defenders now pushing more units over. I just don't see Rome breaking through this, not within a minute. there's army losses penalty kicking in. And that is going to be the end of that, people. A costly victory for the defenders there. And I still didn't get the name of the map. I do apologise. I'm drawing a blank, but I will stick it in the description below. So anybody who is wanting to try out this same map themselves or a similar scenario, and you know exactly which map to use. So yeah, Crazy Fish. 844 kills. I really don't know what to say about that. You've not got a single unit with over 100 kills. Your Praetorian Guards both only got 13 kills. That is ridiculous. Like, how do you get your single strongest unit wiped out? Like, just like that. Overall, not a bad army comp, just poorly used in the end. Sorry to say. Tyler McKee, 28, second Roman player. Yeah, 109 with his ballista, 234, 240, 224, 153. All very, very respectable kill scores with Evocati cohort. Well done for that. What the hell happened with this guy? 5 kills, gone. It's just, yeah. 1,899. I kind of feel bad for you, Tyler, because I think if Crazy Fish had been, I don't know, a little more on the ball with his unit management and his choice of targets, I think between you could have, well, between you should have been able to take that, but for him to lose almost 2,000 men and not even get 1,000 kills is, it left you with a lot of work. So well done. Genuinely well done. Like, almost 2,000 kills when you practically played on your own. Like, you got like halfway through the battle and your teammate was almost wiped out. So honestly, I think he did really well there. We'll start with Goose for the attackers. He was playing as Masaesyli. 1,229 kills, not bad at all. Not as impressive as I might have anticipated, but having played with smaller unit sizes, kill scores were never going to be like out of this world anyway. So, without further ado, let's have a look at your units. We've got your Onager, your African Onager with 289 kills. Now, for a defensive field artillery piece, that's pretty fucking impressive. Like, that's paid for itself easily. Obviously, these Desert Cohort didn't really see combat. You've got 6 kills, I'm assuming through Peeler. Same with these guys, 32. Nothing with the General. I don't quite understand what happened with your Noble Infantry. Like, both with less than 40 kills. That's a very expensive unit to be getting so few kills. Nonetheless, you still beat the 1,000 kill threshold, so I'll give you that. Well played. And now we will have a look at the overall kill leader, 2,112 kills. The sneaky banana playing as Kush. Now, we just caught we caught his chariots towards the end of their lifetime, which is unfortunate. If I'd have known about that originally, I'd have made a point of keeping an eye out for it. With where we had him positioned to begin with, I figured they weren't going to be anywhere near as effective as they were. So 109 for the first unit. That's a fairly decent score for chariots, especially on defence, because you've not really got the space to utilise their abilities properly. That being said, second unit there with 385 kills, that is impressive. Almost 400 kills with defence chariots. Just well done. On the counter to that, sorry to do this, you got only 50 kills with an armoured Shotel warrior, whereas your other four all got roughly, well, between 130 and 180. $173 with Disciples of Epidemic and 134. I'm assuming that was from taking out the Praetorians and then just going and jumping in with that massive swarm of bodies at the end. So it's really well played with them. Very respectable kill scores. 103, 79, 46 for the Shotel Warriors. 103 not too bad. 79 it's acceptable, I guess. 46 again that's a very low score for what you would typically expect for a unit of that quality. All in all, that was actually quite an enjoyable battle to have commentated on and reviewed for you guys. So thank you for sending that in. Annoyingly, I can't remember which one of you sent it in, but thank you to all of you for being involved in the battle. And for anybody else who wants to submit replays or even just come join in with the banter over at the Iron Fortress, the link will be down below to the Discord. I am going to be doing I'm looking at doing an event as well, the Champion of Iron. This will be a 2v1 event, so it will be myself and an AI army on normal difficulty. The challenge being, you yourselves will play as a single man. Like, you will be the one side. You will choose a settlement of your choice, and you will defend that settlement on large against myself and my AI army. If you successfully hold off the attack and claim victory, you will earn the special role Champion of Iron, which will get you special privileges within the Discord itself, and eventually, once I've actually got the bloody material right, it will also get you access to exclusive videos, hints and tips, and just any sort of in-game support you might want. Like, I don't pretend to be the world's biggest expert, but alongside my own knowledge, in the Fortress we do have a lot of very knowledgeable players. So there's a nice community there for you to gather your strength and harness your skills. So with that being said, I'm going to say thank you to all of you for viewing. Thank you to everybody who is currently subscribed. Everybody who is not, what the hell are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and ring that little notification bell. It is important you ring that notification bell because, as you will have seen just by looking at my channel, my videos have been horribly inconsistent recently. There's not really been much of a schedule. I am working on that. I am actually going to set like a set streaming schedule, as well as trying to push out a minimum of 2 or 3 replays a week. Aside from that, I am also going to be starting. Well, I am going to be streaming on Twitch in the near future. That itself will mainly be like Total War tutorials or game tutorials, like hints and tips, like different things about campaigns or mods that players might have missed that could like change the economy or help increase the rate of expansion, or just the things that are important for a campaign. So without further ado, I'm going to leave it all here and make sure you're around next time we sound the Battle Anthem.